Okay. All right. So you're in San Antonio. You're one of the younger ones, right? How old are you?
Well, I'm 19 today, but I'll be 20 next week.
You're only 19?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
fuck. You told me that. All right. You have braces, dude.
I know. I just got them. I think it made me look younger. I looked older when I didn't have them.
Well, either way, bro, that's awesome for you. What did you were just fresh out of high school. It's not like you had a previous job or anything other prior to joining, or what?
I worked at like a e-commerce rug store.
Really?
So yeah, like they're actually a pretty big rug brand. And so I just did customer service. And I think that helped me like get a little bit of a skill of talking to people on the phone, but I still had no idea what I was doing.
And then why real estate? What made you pick that?
Because I don't like school and I just like working. And my dad's always been an entrepreneur. He used to flip land.
Okay.
So my neighbor was a real estate agent and they lived in like an $800,000 house. And I was like, I'll just try this out.
What was the alternative?
There was no other alternatives, I guess.
You didn't think of
Maybe
any other
like everyone else? Go to college like everyone else, maybe? Yeah.
I don't know. For me, dude, it was like I was gonna do real estate, or I was like thinking, I don't know, maybe like I do mortgage lending, or maybe I try and be an investor and flip houses. Like I had like a few things on my mind. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. But then I realized I did money and shit to do the other stuff.
Yeah, I just want to make money. I like the investing approach. Like that's what originally interested me in real estate. So I was like, okay, if I want to be an investor and own rental properties and like do all this stuff that like the richest people do, might as well get my real estate license and like make money and hustle and then learn at the same time. So that's my version of college, you know.
Okay. Well, how did you stumble across like my page? Was it social, or was it like an ad, or like what?
It was YouTube. It's actually a funny story. My first ever listing appointment. So I was at a brokerage before the brokerage I'm at now, and it was my first listing appointment, and it was like 30-40 minutes away. I was like, I have no idea what to do. Like I have my listing paperwork, I didn't have anything else, so I just went on YouTube and I was like, listing presentation, and your video popped up.
Wait, was Shayna pregnant?
It was you and Shayna.
Was I wearing a hat?
I think so. Yeah, I think you were wearing a hat. Y'all were sitting across the table from each other, and so I was just watching it. And I was like, okay, actually, I kind of like this. I remember some of the things I said in the listing presentation I took right from your video, and I got the listing. It was my first ever listing.
No shit. And you got it from a cold call?
No, I actually got it from a mailer. This was before I was doing cold call.
Okay, but you still had to go display your sales skills. So
yeah, it was expired.
Okay.
I would just send people letters, and I would say, I know why your property didn't sell. Call me.
So you just went for it. You went on YouTube. You got your knowledge there a little bit, and you're like, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna. There's nothing else I'm seeing out there. I'm gonna do this.
There were a couple of other listing presentations, but it was weird. It was like, this is my listing template, and then I go over this, and then I go over this, and it was just like, I thought it was stupid because no one was actually doing it.
I try and break it down as easy as I can for someone who's new.
Yeah, and so after that, I started following you, and it took me a few months, and then I ended up just signing up for the coaching.
What was your biggest concern, or like, were you a skeptic before you did it? Have you ever invested?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think everyone's a skeptic when it comes to coaching, because it's like, from a consumer's perspective, you can go, oh, like this guy's promising this and that. Oh, you're going to get listing appointments. And it's like, I had seen coaching before, and I had spent some money on classes with no return, learned the scripts and whatever, and it just wasn't working for some reason.
Why do you think that was, though? Before you go into mine, like the other stuff that you invested in, like what do you think the issue was? The coach, the structure, the actual scripts, or were they retired people trying to sell you on?
I think it's the last option. I think most coaches, they had 1 year in real estate where they killed it. They sold 100 houses.
Yep.
And then they're like, oh, I'm done. I can just go be a coach now. What they did 20 years ago is like not what's working now.
Not at all. It's a totally different market, dude.
Like my broker told me that I need to go and get referrals and like call everyone and tell everyone that I'm a real estate agent. And it's like literally nothing has ever come from that.
I mean, look, eventually that will come when you're 30 years old and your friends are like, you know, out of college, they have a job, they've saved up some money.
Yeah.
No one's just going to be like, yeah, let me give this 18-year-old or this 19-year-old a shot. You have to go out there and get it, or anybody for that matter.
Yeah. And that was another thing too. Like I was young, showing up to people with $500,000 houses, and I was like, can I sell your house? Like, what business do I have doing that, you know?
Oh, honestly, bro, I think a lot of people like put these negative thoughts in their head, like they can't do it, or they're young, or you put all these internal objections in your head, and then you start to believe it. I used to do that too, but then like, I don't know, when I came to Miami and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go for $2 million houses. That's gonna be my thing. I feel comfortable with it. It's not 500,000, but like, I feel like that's a good mark. And like, dude, you know, you start getting $50,000, $60,000 commission checks. It's like, holy shit. Okay. If I did it once or twice or 3 times, I could do it 100 more. What was the biggest shift for you when you joined? What tactical things or what mindset shifts or what takeaways did you get that really helped you say, okay, this makes sense. I'm gonna apply it this way. Like, what was the journey there for you?
I think a big thing for me was like the structure and the accountability. I may have told you this before. I don't know if you remember. I started cold calling in September.
Okay.
And I didn't sign up for coaching until like early February, I think it was. I wanted to try it myself. Like, I can watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos. I can figure it out. I got this. 3-4 hours a day. I was cold calling. I sucked. I was horrible. Basically, for 5 months, I set no appointments. Actually, that's not true. I set one appointment. They were a FISBO, but nothing ever happened. I think the biggest thing for me was like the structure and the training. Like the classes and the content that you have is great, but the biggest thing for me was like role playing every day, getting feedback, going into the Zoom calls, and just everybody's scared to do it. Nobody wants to do it until they put you on the spot and they're like, go, like you have to go. And so you just go for it. They give you the best feedback. And I set an appointment within like 24 hours after going to 2 training sessions. So it's like, you think you know what you're doing until you don't.
Yeah. I mean, like it's scary. It's an uncomfortable thing to, you know, see money leave your account when you're not making any and you're like stuck, or you're young, like you're super young and you're like, all right, you want it so fast. The people that want it, that have to have it, that are really committed, like those are the people that are like, look, there could be the opposite side of you. You joined, you never applied yourself. You kind of just sat there and watched. You never joined a role play, or if you did, you never participated. And of course, you're not going to get any results that way.
Yeah.
You know, like
I tell people like that.
I tell people all the time, full transparency. I'm like, we don't have a 100% win rate. A lot of people think just investing and being a part of it is enough. No, you still have to do the work. There's not one line or one thing that like, what's been the biggest like win so far for you? How many deals have you put under contract?
I got 4 listings this month.
This month?
Yeah. So
and you in February, so Feb, March, April. Was it a full like 90 days, would you say? Or was February like mid, early?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, did you join in the beginning of Feb, in the middle of Feb, the end?
I think it was middle of February.
Okay, got it. Okay, so let's say you got a good like, you got like a good 10 weeks.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, I started out, I was setting appointments. It's kind of like, for me, it seemed kind of slow. I started setting appointments, and then I would go on the appointments, and I would do horrible at the appointments. Now I know how to set appointments. And then it started turning into, all right, setting appointments is fine. I can do it every week. Now I need to get good at going on appointments. So I was focusing on my listing presentation more, trying to connect with the seller instead of just being like, you have to do this, but like giving them options, showing them why you're qualified, all the things in the listing presentation to basically earn their trust. I think I was having trouble with. And then it all kind of snowballed. I listed 2 houses last month, and then I got 4 listings this month. One of them canceled, which is fine. Like, you can't win them all. I had it signed.
The whole thing is the skill. Like, you have the skill and you're this young and you're this early on in the coaching. Just imagine, like, you know, you go through the full 6 months and all the other stuff and the momentum and the referrals, and it just spider webs. So now we got to work on systems and other things too. But in 10 weeks, you got 6 listings. What do you think if you keep this pace? Let's say you do 3 a month, 3 listings a month. What do you think you're going to do? 35 deals this year? 30 deals?
I mean, that's like way over what my goal was. I was aiming to do 1 a month.
What's your price point? What's your average price point?
Anywhere from like 250 to 350.
Okay, so you got to do, you'll do over 10 million this year, dude.
Just in listings, yeah. I mean, the buyers have been picking up as well, you know, with the social media trending that's been like popping off like crazy too. So
yeah, you're really taking advantage of everything. And you go to the listing presentation practices that we have and stuff too, right?
Yeah, with Dennis.
I mean, I do them from time to time too. I did a really good one. When were we in Aspen? January 20, whatever. It was like the 2nd or 3rd week of January in the portal. If you look, I did like an hour and a half long listing presentation, like deep dive. I would look into that. And I know it's a little time consuming, but it's very important because, like you said, it's like you have to learn who to call, what to say, how to get them to meet with you. What do you say when you meet with them? How do you actually get them to sign? And how do you actually close the deal? Like, actually, how do you get it listed? So there's many different facets to it. So I made a video with Shayna. Again, I walked through her entire house with her. Like, we do like a full blown like presentation, not like we didn't just start off at the table. I went through, I asked questions. What about this? She asked me, should I remodel this? Should I do this? Should I do that? So that you should watch those. But you're a fucking killer, bro. And I appreciate you, and I appreciate you sharing everything when you come on the free trainings that I do. We'll have to do a nice, I want to do an audit with you and really check out what you got going on. Maybe sometime next week, Thursday or Friday, I'll hop on with you, and anything you want to pick my brain on, I'm happy to help you.
Yeah, awesome. I've heard your one-on-one coaching is pretty expensive.
It is expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Because it works. The one-on-one is for like people that are already making, you know, they're on pace to make a couple $100 grand. They're making $100 grand. They want more proximity. They don't want to be sharing, you know, me with 50 other people. So that's the thing. And it's a deeper level.
I'll get there. It won't take me that long.
It's not that expensive, bro. It's you selling one $300,000 house.
Then yeah, that's easy.
Because the people that do that, like I've had people like Brian Clark that, you know, he's building out a team. He's got billboards now, like really pull apart his entire back end and like systems and emailing and nurturing and follow-up systems and flows. And like a couple of sessions we did live calls and I watched him, I coached him through it. We made a few tweaks. We helped him figure out who he was going to farm and how often he was going to farm them and how much money he was going to allocate to farming. And it's a whole different thing, but yeah, bro, I'll help you. I'll give you a taste of it next week and you'll see it when you're ready. We're happy to help you.
Me and Marco work every day.
You do the role play together?
We role play, but we cold call with each other. I go to his apartment and we literally sit desk to desk.
Can you get content of this? What are you guys doing? You guys can build your own personal brands doing that shit. You have no idea how, you know how engaged, that's how I went viral from cold calling. If I had a friend with me that was just as good, you and Marco are very good. You're very good. I'm going to tell you, you're not like where you can be. You know, there's a lot of potential that you haven't tapped into yet, but like, and Marco's a little cocky. I like him.
Yeah.
Marco's a fucking G. You guys got to record that shit, dude. I'm telling you right now, even when you're 30, when you're 25 or you're 30 years old and you look back, you're going to be like, wow, dude, holy shit, look at me. I was a punk kid. Because you're going to be like, bro, you're going to mature so much and not even recognize yourself. Like 5 years from now, you won't even recognize who you are right now. I'm telling you.
Okay. I'll tell him you said that.
Like, bro, just set up a desk that you guys should go back to back, have a camera over there and maybe have another one, have one on you, one on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. You guys can make a whole series on it. In 2 years, you could be coaching people on it. You got to build more social proof. You got to get more results, but you're right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Hit me next week. We'll schedule a call.
All right, cool. You have a good one, man.
Hey, bro. Good luck. And thank you for doing this. I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
I'll see you, buddy. Bye.